All right, man. In the shop, man. I have a box. I have a box for somebody that bought an LS from me. We're going to be getting into the tune on it, and I give everybody that offer that buys the LS if you're going with the MSD route. I actually have which the box is still in here. In this car here, I have a digital. I believe it's a digital 7AN in this box, and this MSD card box. And I think it's like a 600, probably like a $600 box that I have in the car, and this MSD card box has more options than than that $600 box, especially on pulling timing out and timing control. It has some really nice features on it. Um, and I'll just use this video to a situation happened to me. It's certain stuff that I like to see put into the timing table and on the rev limiter situation with a nitrous motor. Pretty much no rev limiter to a certain extent. Pretty much just running the timing off down to basically nothing. I had a situation which at a track it shouldn't have happened, but and it might have been how I got on it. I had a situation where and I did not like the way I had the nitrous hooked up. I had a situation where a second kit would come on in second gear. Might sound crazy, or I might be speaking French. At wide open throttle, second kit would come on when I grabbed second gear. Had a situation where the car started spinning in first. I let out the gas, grabbed second, tried to get back in it. When I got back in it, went wide open throttle. Both kits came on, and it spun the tire. I shipped the car out at 6.2-ish, somewhere around that ballpark. Rev limiter was on 7,500. The motor turned 7,500 and hit the rev limiter because it spun the tire that bad at a track towards the top end. So seeing that situation, it got me to push on a nitrous application. A turbo car would be totally different, but on a nitrous application, that rev limiter is really funky. And I've seen some stuff if you're spraying out the line where if you're releasing off a trans brake and the time that it takes for it to react, depending on how fast the actual nitrous is coming on, you can have a sputter or a backfire there also. So certain stuff that I like to do to try to get those issues out of there, because it can cost you a motor. And even though I tell people, hey, I can't really warranty, or nobody will warranty a race motor. I would like to do what I can to help it last for you. You get what I'm saying? So in the grand scheme of things, you can spray whatever you want to spray. You get what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things, I feel like you can get away spraying 100, 150. That's cool, well, fine and dandy. If you want to start going 200, 250, 300, you need to have certain stuff in line to be able to accomplish that safely. So that's what I try to offer. I tell everybody, hey, if you're going this route, just holler at me once you get it up and going. You happen to be at a track. Woo. Start off with 150. See how it does. If it's a track around me and I happen to go to a show, or you can make a show that I'm going to, we can look at plugs together. I can look over the tune with you. You get what I'm saying? We can do that there. Not offering to make a special trip to help tune your car unless it's paid. But if I say, hey, I'm gonna be at this show right here, the such and such throwing, you gonna bring your car and make a pass? I help you with it. You know what I'm saying? I help you get it panned out so it can last. You know what I'm saying? So it can last. That being said, I'm not gonna say everybody. I get a lot of questions. Fuel injector carburetor, fuel injector carburetor. Now, if I was rolling around on the street, naturally aspirated, it would be fuel injected. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It would be fuel injected. Um, in the strange situation that you have a injector failure, you just bought a motor. I don't see, everybody's different. This is just my opinion. These are not the facts. This is not the gospel. Okay? This is just my opinion. I don't see where it's worth it to do the fuel injected, power adder wise, and risk of motor if you have an injector problem, compared to the few extra, I guess, horsepower you can get out of it with a single carb set. I do not see it, man. It's anybody, and man, if you're talking about making like 1,200 horsepower, dude, like no. If you start talking making 1,500, 2,000 with an LS setup, then that's a totally different ballpark. But in the strange situation, which a lot of racers have had that problem now in the race world. I'm not sure how many in the small tire because I don't keep up with it. In the strange instant that you have an injector problem, man, you just bought a motor. You won't buy a motor with a carburetor. I'm not saying you won't get trash in it, but you won't buy a motor. Trash in the carburetor is a lot cheaper than buying a motor. And that's the facts. That's not an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning out a carburetor is a lot cheaper than buying a motor. So it's like that's what I look at more than the simplicity of it, because I actually had an EFI set up that was going on this car, and it just looking at it, man, I didn't see where it was going to be beneficial to me. I did not. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go EFI and I'm going to make a mound of power. It looks better. Hey, shit. And that could be an opinion. I can't say, oh, it's close to a fat day EFI. Man, that EFI looks better. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. It looks better. It's a cleaner look, man. It really is. But it's like I said, it's pros and cons. Man, you don't have to have the gas smell. That's why I try to preach to people. That's the facts. You don't have to have the gas smell. You don't have to have the strong gas smell. That is a product of too much carburetor. You are flooding the engine. Even though it's running, you're still flooding it. You are smelling fuel that it cannot burn off. Okay? Too much carb, improper timing, not enough ignition. All those are factors of smelling too much gas. You look at some of these older cars and they ran with 1 barrels and 2 barrels. I assure you, you did not have that gas smell. These are people that are going out and getting a 750 carburetor to put on a 350 to, I don't even know. I would say 355, somewhere in 360s you might think about, depending on the heads and the RPM range you want. You can start going a little bit bigger. So people are just extremely overcarbon motors and smelling this gas smell. And now it's a perception that, oh, if I got a carburetor, I'm going to have this really strong gas smell. No, your carburetor is too big. So we're going to get this tuned and get it right back to them, though.